Well, hi. Just in case you've forgotten, my name is Dave Berg. I'm one of the pastors here. I've been gone, it feels like forever. I've took some time to do some tubing on a lake and hang out with family. I was preaching upstairs one week, but this week is something different. This week we are part of a mission trip. Actually, my youngest daughter, Annika, and I are now a part of a group of about, 35, 40 people going down to Chicago for a mission trip. Pretty excited about it. And I'm here in an empty worship center on a Wednesday afternoon, and we're just getting ready for this trip. By the time you're seeing this, I'm definitely somewhere between here and Chicago, probably in God's country in Wisconsin. But as we get ready for this trip, one of the great things is this Bible passage that you just heard about, which was Jesus sending the 70. We always think about the 12 as 12 followers that he had, but he actually meant a lot more than just his 12 inner circle disciples. He had many more, and he was sending 70 people off to do the mission. He gave them authority. He gave them the ability to heal people, to cast out demons, to teach and to preach and to do all of these things. It wasn't just about the select few, it was about everybody. And so he sends them out, and you hear at the end of this passage, they were so excited because they did it. Jesus believed they could do it. They went out and they did it, and they accomplished those things. And that's part of how we understand what we do here on a week-to-week basis in Epic, at EpicOneEight. We gather and we get instructions. We gather and we are fed, but then we're sent out. And if you take a look at some of the symbols around this room, it shows just how we are gathered, but then we're also sent. We see it in the logo that's on the wall over here. At the center of it all is the cross. That's where we gather. We gather at the foot of that cross. But then you look, and there's just circles, concentric circles just circling out from that cross. That shows how we are sent to make an impact in the world. Jesus sends the 70. He sends us as well. And if we look at in the other direction, we've got this statement on the wall: you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, to the ends of the earth. That's Acts 1:8. EpicOneEight is named after Acts 1:8. And again, it's a verbal reminder of we gather here and we're sent out to the ends of the earth to make an impact. That's our mission. As a worshiping community, that's our mission. We gather for worship and we're fed, but if we hoard all this food and all this stuff to ourselves, well, we're not doing what we're called to do. We're called to be sent out these doors. So a lot of us walk in and out of these doors every week. And this is the door that, to me, is where Sunday meets Monday. It's the part where we start here and then we're sent to do the mission that Jesus sends us to do. He sends the 70, but for us every week, he's sending the 70, he's sending 100, 200, 300, however many we have in worship, but he's sending us to do the thing that he's called us to do. So this week, a lot of the leadership in this service and a lot of people who worship regularly at Epic, they're gone. Or they're about to be gone on a mission trip, whether it's to Chicago or to Denver, or whether it's just stuff that they do around here every week. What I'd like to do today is to hear not just what we're doing, because we're doing a lot of things. We're working with youth, we're painting fences, we're serving the homeless. But why do we do it? Why are we doing the thing that Jesus calls us to do? So let's listen to some of these voices, some of whom are on the road to Chicago, some who are about to be heading to Denver, some who have spent the week doing Interfaith Hospitality Network, IHN. And let's hear what they have to say, and let's hear what Jesus might be calling you to do as well.
I serve because it's a thin space for me. I feel, I sense God's presence just so much closer in those moments. Having been on the end of needing to be served and receive service, you just gain a perspective. There's a raw perspective about priorities when you're in those moments. And I am selfishly, when I serve, I get to kind of reap the benefits of them being in that space and being reminded of what it means to have blessings, and richness takes on a totally different meaning. And so selfishly, I feel like I gain that when I serve others. Probably my favorite Bible verse is from Matthew 25, when the disciples said, "Lord, when did we feed you when you're hungry, or clothe you when you needed clothing?" And he said, "You do it when you do it to the least of our brothers and sisters." And so it makes sense that you just sense God's presence because you're really serving him, and I have much to be grateful for.
I serve because I like to help others, and ultimately I would love to show Jesus to as many people as I can. I also serve because I want to show my gratitude and just how thankful I am for all that he does for us.
I serve because I believe that serving others is equivalent to serving God, and that's an easy way to affect the world and to change the world into a better place.
So whether it's music or movies or the things we like to eat, there are a lot of things that we kind of rally around together with people that are like us and that share our same interests. But I think when Jesus is talking about the kingdom and how the church can be community best together, it looks a little different than that. It looks like people gathered regardless of what those things are. And the reason that I serve is because it helps me, and it helps those around us, and it even helps the people that we encounter see a little bit more of the fullness of the kingdom and the different types of people that are all connected with the church and that are all pursuing Jesus together.
Because everybody has the right to have food, clean water, and shelter. And it helps them, and I feel good. Plus, Jesus wants us to.
I'm not always good with words, or I don't always have the finances to be able to help out others, but I enjoy serving with my hands, and it's a joy for me to serve with these hands and to help others out, and so that's why I serve. It brings me joy, and I know it brings others joy as well.
So I think the reason I would serve is not so much because I'm required to, but more that I feel like I have to, that I've been given so much, and so much abundance has been sent my way, that is a way to say thank you and appreciate how that goes and how that's come to me. That my way to serve, or my purpose for serving, is to give back and to show appreciation for everything that I've been given. On the flip side of that too, in addition, I feel like I gain a lot from when I serve, that getting to know other people, or getting to know other situations, or hearing other people's stories, those are just additional blessings that come along my way, additional good things that come in while I'm trying to say thank you and trying to do, to sort of pay it back or pay it forward.
As you can see, there's just so many different reasons why we do what we do, and Christ is at the heart of it. If I was to share, for me, one of the reasons why I serve, it goes back to a bunch of years ago now. My wife Robin and I met while we were doing Lutheran Volunteer Corps. It was an entire year of service where we volunteered. We made basically a small stipend to pay for housing and a little bit of food, but not much more than that. We did another full year of full-time volunteering with AmeriCorps Vista. But what I learned during Lutheran Volunteer Corps was incredible. And at the end of it, they gave me a framed plaque that was that I think encapsulates the reason why I serve, and I think maybe at the heart of a lot of the whys that you've just heard. And the plaque says, I came with noble aspirations of giving that I have received beyond measure. I came with expectations of hardship, but I have received abundance. I came with caution. I have been overwhelmed with love. I came with self-righteousness, but I have found humility. I came with religious idealism, but I have found Christ in the street. That last line, I came with religious idealism, but I found Christ in the street. And I think Jesus knew that when we go to serve, when he sent those 70 people out all those years ago, when he sends us out on a weekly basis, we encounter Jesus in the middle of it all. We encounter him in the person that we are maybe packing a backpack for, the person that we are blowing up an air mattress for here at IHN. We encounter Jesus as we are serving at a school, or working with a homeless ministry in Chicago or Denver, or serving at at Channel 1, or wherever it is that we go, we encounter Jesus in the midst of it. We encounter Christ in the street. My prayer is for this trip that I'm about to go on, and that, you know, about 100 of us are about to go on. My prayer is that we encounter Christ, that we witness to that fact that we've encountered Christ. My prayer is that when Sunday meets Monday and we walk through these doors again today, this Sunday morning, that you will encounter Christ in the street as you go, as you serve, as you live, and as you love. Thanks be to God. Amen.